Hey, welcome back to another episode of Lawn and Order. My name is Brandon Tates. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today is Friday, June 21st. It is officially the first day of summer, and it's a beautiful, bright, and sunny day. Man, I just spent a couple hours this morning working on this house, mowing, edging. The house looks great. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of video footage from that. But just helping out a neighbor while they are away on vacation, and that was really convenient to just walk across the street and take care of that rather than load everything up in my matrix here and run it across the other side of the neighborhood. But sorry, it's been a few weeks since I have posted anything. I've got a lot of things going on right now, and I'm trying to mow a couple times a week. I don't really feel like you need to see me mow every couple of weeks or whatever, but usually I'll, update on Facebook or Instagram what design I tried doing or how I tried mowing. But I'm trying to stay up on mowing twice a week. The reason being is I just really want to focus on, I want to help the grass build deeper roots, also encourage it to spread, encourage the Kentucky bluegrass to spread through rhizomatic growth. That's kind of like a roots that grow sideways, and then it puts up new shoots. But yeah, the more that you mow, the healthier your lawn is going to grow. The thicker it will become if you're using Kentucky bluegrass and other grasses that grow through rhizomatic growth. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with how things are looking. As you can see from afar, man, things look great. We had a nice rain. It must have been 2 nights ago, and rain throughout the morning yesterday, and man, I just feel like even that just had a nice little green up from that. But man, I'm just really pleased with how the lawn is looking. It's not 100% perfect. There are a couple issues that I will take you around and show you, but yeah, glad to be out today, and it's time to work on my lawn. So let me walk you around. I'm going to show you kind of some of the issues that I'm seeing, things that I've done in the last couple of weeks, and what I'm hoping to get accomplished today. So let me flip the camera around and I'll take you around the lawn. Alright, so here we are. From afar, everything looks great. I haven't mowed it in a couple of days. Like I said, been trying to mow every couple of twice a week. And so last time I believe I mowed, this was Wednesday, right before we got the rain. I was actually mowing another neighbor's lawn and then came over and mowed mine and finished the front as it was getting dark. So thankfully there is the street light right there. So I was able to kind of see where I was at as the sun was going away. But from afar, things look great. It's thick, lush, great color, and I'm gonna put down some little application of probably some Milorganite, as well as do the biostimulant pack here, my second application of that. And then man, so this should be really nice and dark through July. But let me show you what's going on, what I'm focusing on today. So if we look down, you can actually see right there some other places right here as well. There's another spot there. But I believe this is brown patch before it's getting bad. So I was mowing the other day and just kind of looked down, and was noticing that there was some discoloration in these little spots. That could potentially also be dollar. Oops, sorry for my shadow, but it could be dollar spots. But it looks like some areas are starting to kind of spread a little bit. Also, I mowed my mower blade, sharpened my mower blade. I've done it twice so far this year, but I think I might have messed up a little bit, or something's off, because it is kind of fraying the grass a little bit. So sometimes you get almost this browned sort of hue to your lawn, and it's not because it's dried out, it's because those frayed grass blades give it that brown sort of hue. Yeah, so anyways, there is a little bit of what I believe to be brown patch. Sometimes that could be from overwatering. We have had a bunch of rain, just like pretty much everywhere else in the country besides the south. They've kind of had some drought stuff, but for us, we've had a lot of rain. I've really only ran the sprinklers twice so far this season, because it's just been pretty wet, and most of that was just to kind of set sprinkler heads. But yeah, so here's another brown spot right there. I think the rest of it is pretty good. I mean, there's some mushrooms, but you don't need to freak out about mushrooms. That usually means your lawn is healthy, and you have some good organic material in it. Looks like I've got a little little maple tree that wants to grow. If you have this going on in your lawn, don't fret. You don't even need to pull it like I'm doing this one, because the more that you cut it off, it's not going to grow. You aren't going to get little trees growing in your lawn. If you just keep mowing, you don't need to freak out. And I guess while I'm talking about that, yeah, our previous house used to have two huge, I think like 50-foot maple trees. And the first year, you know, this was our first house, and I was hoping, you know, to have a nice lawn, to kind of take things to the next level from where the previous owner had left it, start using organic material or fertilizer. And so when all the seeds started dropping, I was freaking out, and I was trying to like rake and suck them all up with the mower. And come to find out, it wasn't really that big of a deal. After they dropped, you know, you just mow it, mulch it all up. It ends up breaking, the material just breaks down into the lawn. And if you do start seeing like little shoots of the maple leaves or whatever, all you have to do is just keep cutting it. It's not gonna keep growing. You keep cutting the head off, it's gonna die. The roots aren't gonna last. You won't have a bunch of maple trees trying to grow in your lawn. Yeah, anyways. So here too, I've done 2 applications of tenacity. I can't remember. I don't think I've posted anything yet. I did try out 3 different herbicides on the lawn, or weed preventer, you know, post-emergent. Who knows when I'm gonna get that done, hopefully soon. You're welcome to, if you do have some weeds, you can spray them. You know, after it's about 85-90 degrees, you want to stop until the temperatures start to cool down. But actually right now is a good time, as we do have some warmer temperatures. Your herbicide or your post-emergence will actually affect, you know, say the dandelions, broadleaf, clover. It'll affect it even better because of these warmer temperatures, and that it stays warm at night as well. So feel free to go and spray some weeds if you need to. Weed Be Gone is great. The ortho stuff, man, I use that in, what was it? I believe it was the whole backyard, and the backyard looks great. I'll show you in a moment. But here I've done Actually, the whole thing, I did 2 applications of tenacity for my pre-emergent. It did help a little bit in some areas as a post-emergent. I did use it as a post-emergent in here as well. So this especially was a little bleached out. Now it's been, 4 or 5 weeks, and you don't see any bleaching other than maybe a couple of grass blades that are still kind of sticking out. But another mow or two, and they'll be gone. The stuff that is coming up though, oh, yep, that's a little bit of nut sedge. I did just buy some more sedge hammer to help kind of knock these out. Let me flip the camera around and I'll show you how you can tell most of the time if you got some nut sedge kind of coming up. But let's see if you can see this. All right, so I'm sitting on my lawn. So when the grass is up, I could see it's kind of lime green looking grass blade. And I don't know if you can see these down there. The sun's kind of shining in my face. It's like 3 o'clock right now, 2:30, kind of the heat of the day. You could see kind of some more lime green looking grass blades that are sticking out. It's growing faster than the rest of the lawn. And yeah, I believe that might all be nut sedge. That's still kind of in the lawn. I could be wrong, but pretty sure that's what it is. Kind of purpley base. Anyways, so I'll have to spray these soon. Alright, over here there are a couple spots of the brown patch. Same thing, I'm seeing, traces of what potentially might be nut sedge. Also, another thing I did was I'm still trying to level out some of the spots on the side. I did put some seed down, and most of that is growing pretty good. There's still some spots that need touched up, but man, for the most part, it's looking great. With each and every mow, it looks better and better, kind of filling in. So, like I said, there's spots that I need to fill in, maybe kind of rough up a little bit, but I'm probably just going to wait till the fall to do that when I overseed. So hopefully this will just continue to spread a little bit. I do want to put down some more dirt and kind of level some of these areas still, but maybe soon. Anyways, over here, there's a little something right here. It looks like this might be potentially some crabgrass or something else. Yeah, I have to kill that too. There's some more right there as well. Kind of all in this spot. If you know what that is, let me know. There are a couple of brown spots down here. Seems like mostly on the edges. Like towards the street. There's another one there. If we go down here a little bit, looks like there's kind of a decent patch right here. Looks a little tint unhappy. Especially see it on this side. Show you the back. Want to level this area out too, because this is where all the runoff from the water goes. So just kind of want to lift that up a little bit. I was kind of worried about this since we did the retaining wall on the other side. I wasn't sure if this is going to hold up from kids running back and forth and power wheels and whatnot, but man, it looks pretty good. It was looking like it was struggling at one point when I was doing a lot of work on this, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. Holding up pretty well. So same thing, I did put some dirt down, but I want to fill it some more in those center areas. I did put some grass here, same thing along here. Back for the most part looks good. There's a couple things, you know, looks like some leaf blades are struggling a little bit. But overall, man, there's not really any weeds. Like I said, I did the ortho weed be gone back here. Looks great. I've even put down a little more seed back here. As you get closer, it does look patchier, but from afar right now, it looks pretty good. There still are a bunch of weeds, so I'm probably gonna spray those soon. There is no irrigation back here. As you can kind of see where my property ends and where this, you know, this will eventually be a neighbor. I think actually technically my property is right here, and there'll be, you know, several feet before the backyard of the next house. But yeah, there's some uneven stuff. Eventually I'll level back here too. I need to still knock this down. I don't know, I'm gonna do that maybe in the fall after I complete a couple of other projects inside things that I'm doing. The sprinkler head I've fixed. I put some seed down, it's filling in nicely. You know, looks like I need to put down a little more seed. You know, I'll do that in the fall, or hopefully this will spread in from rhizomatic growth. Oh, there's a brown spot there. Kind of some oranging. And some of these leaves, like they're melting out a little bit. Alright, so that's kind of the update on my lawn, how things are looking. You can see some old tire tracks. I've tried to put some seed down. I believe it's starting to fill in a little bit. Yeah, I probably need to break that up. It's probably just a little compacted, but I'll get it. Put some seed down in the fall. This was pretty bare too, and most of it's filled in. It's because I put a bunch of dirt there. Put dirt along all the edges. That's filling in pretty nicely. Alright, so what am I going to do about that brown spot? So what it is, it's a fungus. So it's either brown spot or dollar spot. We also saw a little bit of maybe some stuff kind of melting out a little bit. Usually those are a sign of some fungal activity. Sorry, just throwing some stuff away. And how we're going to prevent that is by using some fungicide or fungicide. I don't know how specifically or the right way to say that, but I usually say fungicide. I've heard someone else say fungicide. Fungicide for me. But we're actually going to take a two-method approach to knocking out this brown patch. So what it is, I mean, you could obviously Google what brown patch is. It's a disease with the roots. And so when you mow, you actually should, you're encouraged to bag the grass when you mow, just so you don't spread it. Also, it'd be good to wash your mower deck after you mow. Same thing, just so you're not, you know, we want to prevent it as much as we can, help it from not spreading. So those are a couple of things that you could do to prevent it from spreading. So our two-method approach today, I'm going to use both a granular product and a spray. I got this idea from Alan Hain, the lawn care nut. I'll link his description. Maybe even bring the little icon up. I think it's going to be on this side. I don't know, maybe it's on this side. I've actually never done that. So let's imagine it's over my left shoulder. And so he mentions a couple products that these are accessible. I just went to Lowe's and picked them up. Like I said, this was his kind of two-step method. And So why the two-step method? It's because these are two different, I believe, chemicals. Some of them will fight the same diseases, but it's also to prevent, I guess, if you end up using the same chemical as your fungicide year after year, eventually your lawn's going to become immune from that fungicide, and so we want to prevent that and do the best treatment possible just to knock it all out, knock out any possibility of any fungicide or fungus that might come in the future. And yeah, because we want to enjoy the lawn in the summer, not be freaking out that it looks nasty. And so the two products that I got, this is, like I said, this is exactly what Alan Hain recommended. One is the Scott's Disease X. The active ingredient in here is azoxystrobin. I don't know if you can see that. Azoxystrobin. It says controls brown patch and other common lawn diseases. So this is obviously taken up by the roots. Yellow patch, rhizoctonian, large patch, fairy ring, gray and pink snow mold, stem and stripe rust, red thread, powdery mildew, a bunch of other stuff. The other product, this is, what is it, 10-pound bag? 10 pounds, covers 5,000 square feet. I believe my lawn is actually 8,000 square feet, so I got 2 bags. Same thing. This spray, this is the Bio Advanced Fungus Control for lawns. So it says cures and prevents common lawn diseases. I actually used this stuff last year because I ended up having rust disease in my lawn, and ended up using this. It worked great. Also with rust disease, usually that is happening on the leaf surface of the grass. And so, sorry, my hair is a mess. It's hot, it's getting warm outside. But I ended up using that Bio Advanced fungus killer or fungus control to take care of some rust problems that I had last year, as well as with it. I think that's something that you are encouraged to try and push the growth of the grass. So that's using something, I used a Scott's product. I believe it was kind of a lawn food that was supposed to be kind of encourage fast growth. I think it was like a 2403 or something like that. And really, I just wanted something that was high in nitrogen just to push the grass as fast as I could, so I could cut it off. But with this, it being kind of a root disease, this brown patch, it's not necessarily encouraged that you would push top growth. And which is why also when I put the Milorganite down, I'm just doing a small amount. So, with the Bio Advance, the active ingredient in here was propiconazole. And so I believe Alan said when he worked for True Green, propiconazole and azotrine or whatever. No, that's not what it was. Azoxystrobin. Azoxystrobin. But he said these were kind of the two main products that he would use when he did lawn care for True Green, and still uses it today. There's a video of him using it a few weeks ago. And so, hey, his lawn always looks great. Figured I'd try it out too. So, when do you want to apply this stuff? It is encouraged that you would use fungicide. If you're seeing issues or you have a history of issues in the past, you want to put it down at the end of spring, early summer. So today is the official first day of summer, and I'm noticing the issues. I wasn't planning on putting any fungicide in, but seeing these brown spots, I want to take care of it as fast as I can. So what I'm going to do is get out, spray my different sections. I do have a property map. If you haven't done that, you should measure your lawn times length by width. That will tell you how many square feet you have in each section, and that's how you know. That's a 32-ounce bottle, and it covers 5,000 square feet as well, which is why I bought two. And I know I'm going to use a majority of the one bottle on the front lawn. I believe it's 4,500 square feet up here. No, 2,500 up here. It's 1,000 between the two sides. Then it's 4,500 in the back. Maybe actually. All right, here's the lawn journal. Open it up. Okay, so front yard, 2,500 square feet. So I'm gonna use half that bottle on the front. So we'll use half the bottle on the front, and then I'm going to use a whole bottle on the backyard. So here's the front, these two sections. I'll use the whole bottle, one whole bottle in the backyard. I'll probably just use the remainder, well, you know, a few more ounces just to do these side parts. Yeah, and I should have, I don't know, a little less than a quarter of that bottle left after doing the front yard. I'll use one whole on the back side. Same thing, I'll use one whole bag of the Disease X on the back. I'll use half of another bag on the front, and then I'll measure out what I need for the 1,000 square feet, which is only a fifth of that bag. Cool, well, that's what I'm doing today. I've already showed you how to fertilize and use a spreader, so I don't need to show that. With this, there are markings on the side. They're a little hard to see, but if you wiggle it around, you're able to see it where the liquid is at. You could also kind of do it from weight, how it feels right now. Be able to know, okay, after so long, it's gonna feel lighter. It's just pretty much an on-off method on here. Attach to the hose. I believe with the BioAdvanced stuff, they did set it up that it takes a long time to empty out this bottle. Just, you know, especially for the homeowner, because sometimes we're not paying attention and we go way too slow, and we end up using way more, you know, in one section. But just be paying attention, you know. I'm gonna spray about half of the front yard and see if I've used a quarter of the bottle. And then I should know, all right, like if I keep going that same pace, I should be able to get down to half of the bottle by the time I reach the other end. Or if I haven't quite used half the bottle yet, I can go back and forth the other way. Just like when we fertilize, we can go, you know, north and south. And then if we still have more, we could go east and west. And maybe then you might just want to pick up the pace a little bit. If you know you've only got, you know, you've used a little more than a quarter, you know, on the entire thing, you can just finish it up, go pick up your pace, and you know, just use common sense. That's it. Sweet. All right, well, I'm gonna get out here. Thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, if you need to know how to use a spreader, go back a few videos. I mean, it's one of the best tools, especially if you're gonna be a DIYer, a lawn do-it-yourselfer. Make sure you know how to use a spreader. Measure out your lawn so you know exactly how much product to use in each thing. It's just kind of simple math, simple division. multiplication. You can go back to some of the early videos when I break that down. Oh, and one last thing I forgot to mention is that with this product, you don't need to worry about putting too much. If you accidentally do, it won't burn your lawn. You know, usually what does burn the lawn is if you have a fertilizer that is also a weed preventer and you put too much of that in. It's that chemical, that weed preventer, that actually is what kills the lawn. Usually it's not the fertilizer, unless you put way too much on. But with this Disease X, the Scott's Disease X, if you put a little extra, it's not a big deal. You won't burn the lawn with this stuff, so don't worry. So just get out there, throw it down, use common sense when you're setting the spreader. I believe it says to do 2.5 in a Scott's spreader, or 2 1/4. So I'll start there and see how much is coming out. I'll just watch it in the hopper as it comes down, and I'm gonna start in the back since I know I need 1 full bag for the backyard. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, take care. See you later. Bye.